Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's 3:16 a.m. in the USA Eastern Time in Georgia. Hour away from Atlanta. I'm Paula. Mental illness is real and so is God. Yep, we right here. Right here. You rocking with the one and only Essence Paula, Fiction and Fiction Radio. Where I thank God for your support for you for supporting my documentary and podcasts and whatever else God got us doing. You know, I give God the praise. Somebody got delivered. Somebody got delivered, and as you see, hashtag I got hashtag documentary and podcast and comedy, all of that. Because somebody be thinking stuff is funny and it be real. Yeah, somebody got delivered, and it was from my what God had me to do was the I did a live stream uh, on are you helping somebody to heal? And I know I looked at what I did because today I got attacked real bad. You know, I did a podcast on another one of my platforms. Uh, it's called Panic, and I didn't think I was gonna make it today. It's just panic from whatever. Panic, just a panic attack. Just all of a sudden, I'm scheduled to go to the doctor. I haven't been to the doctor over a year or so. As you know, I live with bipolar 2 disorder, and I've been detoxing, just drinking water and detoxing from my meds, all six of them, bipolar meds and and cholesterol meds. It was just making me sick, and I don't care how many times you change it. Blood pressure. I had two types of blood pressure, diabetes, all that stuff. It's for not for everybody, you know. And this live stream is not for everybody. I'm talking to the Gen X grown folks. All is welcome, but this is geared toward grown people, Gen X living, uh, interceders and prayer warriors and chosen ones and trying to build your brand thing and all of that stuff. People who trying to build a comedy uh, channel and all of that, you know. Comedy is big, and the reason why I say comedy is big because a lot of time people don't take you for real. They don't take you serious. You know, I'm an only child. I love to laugh. I've been goofy all my life, and sometimes people don't take you serious, and they think when you could be speaking on a life changing and just a life, a part of your life that is that is very traumatic, and trauma. People find something funny to laugh at, so they laugh at your pain. They laugh at your pain, and I'm speaking that by the sound of my voice. I always say this. Salvation is free, but to be anointed, God called all of us, but a few was chosen because we answered, we was willing to go. And you pay a price. And I'm one of the chosen ones willing to pay a price. And yes, I do. I do kick and scream and but I know the reward at the end when God blesses you, it be so smooth you don't even know He blessed you. So you be having some. I almost didn't make this. Thank you. Welcome for the like, subscribe, share, hit the notification button so it can bless other people. The algorithm can find us, and everything because you know the breakthrough is through the obedience. I wasn't going, man. I wasn't going to do nothing tonight, this morning, post. But God says a lifestyle is someone depending on to, even in the replay, to hear your voice, to give God the praise, to hear your voice. And as you hear my voice, God is He's shifting things. He's shifting your mind. He's delivering you for something. We got to get delivered, y'all. We got to get delivered. You know, I went. I'm telling you. And so people they want to laugh at your pain. And Kevin Hart, that's his title. That's his trademark. His movie, his thing. Laugh at my pain. I was looking at all I was going through. I almost feel like I didn't make it. I was suffocating. I was panicking. All kind of thoughts was going through my head earlier, and I had to get up, put my clothes on, and go outside. Go. It was cold out here in Georgia, going on 20 degrees, but it felt good. I was out there for an hour just talking to the neighbors and stuff and crying. I thought I was losing my mind. It's just it's so much. I don't care what's so much going on, you know. But people look at you in situations, and I don't give a damn what's going on in this world today. But you dig deep. If you dig all the way deep inside and find yourself and faith and all of that, you come on out. Let God transform your mind, transformation in your lifestyle. Stop the talking. I'm talking about right now. Right now, as you hear my voice, what can you transform right now that you're gonna do the rest of the day? It's after 3 o'clock. What you gonna do? Welcome, welcome. What are you gonna do to transform your lifestyle right now today? I ain't talking about in 2026. I'm talking about today. Cause see, we say the same mess every year. 2026, 2027, whatever. We're gonna be changing things in the year, but what's about today? Just a little bit, something. What we're gonna do today? So I'm telling you, when you go through this journey, you're gonna have monitoring spirits. You're gonna have gang stalking, where they send their friends and everybody looking. They don't, they probably subscribe whatever is going on, but I said I did hashtag comedy because people come to laugh at your pain. They laugh at your pain and make jokes. Even my own children, I be serious as a heart attack. I, I guess they don't know when to take me serious sometimes, and I don't know if they really don't know the difference, but they be thinking shit funny sometimes, and I don't want to really be bothered, but I be hurting, and sometimes I have to throw that mask on, fake the funk, and I say, I'm operating in truth. I don't feel like damn talking. I'll talk to you later. And Lord, my Pope, you know, Well, I'm telling you, my son is 38 and he don't even know he need help. And I mean, that's sad. He knows, but ego, pride. Just like my mama told me, so Paula, something wrong with you. She said, something wrong. Need help. And I thought about it one day and I said, you're right. Just before she died. Sound funny, but it was serious. And I finally got some help, tell you that. And I've been having therapy, God in therapy for 8 years now. And I give God the praise. And I will continue to have therapy. I don't care how much support you got, friends, family, and stuff, they wear out. They get tired of hearing your shit. They don't want to hear your shit all the time. You need to have therapy outside of that. No disrespect, whatever. But I'm just keeping it real. Just keeping it real. Man, shit. People pain, other people tragedies and trauma. I notice it's funny to them. It's funny to other people. It sounds funny when you tell them. Then sometimes if they in the spirit, then it will touch them. But somebody got delivered through one of my, through one of my, um, you know, documentaries here through my channel. God told me to start saying documentary because I'm documenting, either whether you see my face or not. But somebody thought that shit was funny as hell. That's how I got, and when you're going through a moment, you gotta go. So I gotta go. I gotta go because you don't have to laugh. You don't have to laugh at that moment. You release, heal. That's part of healing. You release it and get some air. Go outside. Make sure you ain't naked because sometimes, this, that panic or whatever, that anxiety can have you so wrapped up, you don't know who you are and what you're doing. And when you go outside, if you naked and you acting crazy and sounding crazy, folks will crack up at you. They will laugh. They will laugh at whatever happened back in the past and stuff. You laugh one or two times with them, but later on, that's it. Let them know that shit ain't funny. And they can be a blessing in your life and everything. And they the same way. You say something, you try to joke with them about something, they'll be like, you heard people that was like, ha, 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 ha. Don't laugh. If it ain't funny, I was in pure pain, panic. I am, you're not alone. You fighting mood swings when you detoxing and stuff. And this stuff ain't no joke. Shit, we got plans. We got plans to bust a move exit to either you want to live aboard on another in another country or on a ship. We still got a life to live. I could give a damn what's going on. God is still on the throne. I refuse. I dig deep. I refuse whatever going on, not to be insensitive, but you pray, but you got to live. We're a spiritual being. Everybody's not human beings. This is a world, this is a different kind of world. This world here, you don't gain the world and lose your soul. You still got to be rooted, booted and tooted and grinded into the word. You better still pick up that Bible. I still have to read that Bible like it's a novel, chapter to chapter. Been doing it over the year. I do New Testament, Old Testament. I'm in First Chronicles now. And God talking about all these descendants of somebody. I'm like, good God, I don't feel like reading all them names. But God is telling me something in the Bible. And he talking about descendants in First Chronicles. Talking about descendants. So later on, when I get somewhere and shut up and quiet and don't be on this social media, he gonna tell me, yeah, Chronicles. Mm-hmm. I'm on the 10th chapter, talking about the death of King Saul. But before then, he got all these different descendants. It's something to that, you know. We got to be careful all this other content we listen to with the different messages of speaking of God and spiritual awakening and stuff. A lot of that stuff, you got to make sure you feel it in your spirit. Like when you listen to hear me, see if you feel it in your gut and your spirit. Cause see, this not everybody. Just not for everybody. It's not for everybody. I had to block and shut down someone that I was on another social media with, and I spoke to, and that's another thing. A lot of people use all these different social media as a dating site. They gonna get it in. So Mr. Smoothie too, I kind of was caressed, gravitated towards this picture. Ooh, this was what, last year? I don't know what it was. It might have been almost a year. But I noticed, he's like my age, real cool, but play too damn much. Today, God had been telling me in my spirit to shut him down. And I said, no, no. But he loved to play with women, feelings and space and all of that. And when you find, and no disrespect, no shade, but when you find somebody damn 60 years old, got children ages of teenagers and 12 and under, been there, done that, grandchildren that age. And I'm telling you, we need to handle our. Yeah, that's right. Under duress, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We get very vulnerable. I'm telling you, and I'm one of them. And but I'm gonna let his smooth looking face. He knows I had been on that site, so we exchanged numbers, so we would just text. But you don't hardly like to talk on the phone. I ain't got time for that. Damn teenage shit. We grown ass people. We're Gen X's. Excuse the expression, but you talk. But no, but see, I got to have company with people that my age, where our children is grown and out the house and on the way. I mean, out the way. Period. You know, but you want to play with if you can tell what when they playing with somebody on the social media, they got all these different ones, and then you get caught up of why that they always highlighted what I would be saying on this. So it's another social media, and then they add themselves onto mine to see what's going on. I'm in a damn delusional thing, and I'm not even involved with this person. You can see what kind of spirit they carry. They got these women just Mm-mm. Some told me to block him, take him off that part of the social. See, that's why when you have platforms, don't invite everybody to all your handles. Don't do that, because you're gonna forget one of the handles that they don't need to follow you on all your handles, because then they become a monitoring spirit. You may be speaking of that person just like how I am now, using an example. And so you want to play and talking about you've been trying to get me on duo and all that mess, and A lot of times, when we talk on the phone, you're not talking about nothing. But yet you telling me about the other women and you done met on these social media and you done talked about these women, the different women you done met over the 5-8 years. How you done met them over social media and what you done did and played with them. Yeah, you can cook and everything good, but that's how you lure them in, and then you lure them in, and then you get them on to your children. But you done lure them in, and especially if they have a vehicle and they come over that weekend, so you can play with them, and then you gonna come back and talk to another woman about what if it don't work and it didn't happen. No, I'm telling you, I'm not well at all. I said, I ain't got time for. I had asked him a quick. He texted me. He always would say good morning. And then, okay. But I could feel in my spirit like, something ain't right. And I'm like, oh, so what is your New Year's gonna be like? What you want to play and say some crazy name saying, oh, like I guess me and you, and some just went all over me, and I hurried up and said, I don't have the energy of the time. I really don't. And I blocked them. Block, block, block. This day and age, I don't know why. And it's not all now. No disrespect, no shade. And it goes vice versa. I know the men be trying to find a good, decent woman, and she's got a lot of stuff going on, but she's got other motives and intentions. Uh, and he could be real for real. It go both ways. You say they don't want men that would be for real, not trying to play them, but they say I want a man that's honest. I call them out and say you want a man that is convinced and liar, then haven't found any that actually knows the Lord and loves the truth. That's right. Duris 5761. Yeah, and you're right. You're right. You know. You said Mr. Smoothie Tooth. I'd have seen that name. That could be him, and they have different names on different. Talking about, I tried to him to come to my platform. Oh, about a year ago, to the YouTube. And about, I don't know YouTube. I don't know how to get on there and stuff. I'm like, man, if you can get on this doggone platform, this other one, you know what I mean? All the others, you see what I'm saying? I said, no. And see, this was the person that knew, where I grew up at, knew the same people I knew, but I didn't know them. They knew the same people I knew. And that was another red flag, because I don't be in a circle like that, It's keep calm, ladies, read your Bible. Haven't found any that actually knows. Like, yeah. Yes. Read your Bible. You got to. I read my Bible like it's a novel. First, the New and Old Testament. And just like I said, I'm in Chronicles now, and I read them by chapter. And I always say, I dare you to be different. Read the Bible like it's a novel, because it's too much content out here. It's going outside the Bible, and I'm not gonna get in debate or whatever, because what's not of God, send it out right now in the name of Jesus. But I'm telling you, when you speak the truth and you speak it from the Bible, somebody's going to get delivered from your content. I have seen a lot of content. It's been a blessing, and I got delivered, knowing that they're, spiritual field person, spirit, spiritual human beings. That's what we are, spiritual beings. Nothing religious, it's just people can get delivered off of certain content. And then some people can get, oh, Lord, I'm in Georgia, an hour away from Atlanta. What about you? You all, I'm speaking to, you know, one of the my subs, fam, Indiana. Okay, I knew some people from Indiana. How's the weather, and what are you feeling in Indiana? Are you planning to stay? Okay, you say you want a wife. Okay, I got you. Oh, it's cold. Okay. Well, you gonna get what you know. 12. What is 12? What do you mean? What do you mean 12? 12 degrees? Man, get out of here. Oh no, honey, I've been buried myself up under the doggone house. That's one thing as a Gen X. How old are you, may I ask? Because I'm 59 and I have uh you know arthritis, and I cannot, right, even right now in Georgia. I'm away from Atlanta. We having something like 20 degrees. But I'll be right there by the wood stove. You 54. Okay, good, cool. But yeah, that sounds really nice, But yeah, but having arthritis and you being in cold weather, I mean, you could feel the weather in your knees, all of that. You could feel all of this before it happens, before it comes. But I'm gonna tell you, in life, you all, men and women, my Gen X's, we got to stay focused and don't get distracted. Because whatever your what they call it, your vibe, your frequency is, it's gonna gravitate. Whatever it is, gonna gravitate to you. It's gonna gravitate, whether it's good or bad. That's why we have to be careful. We have to be careful. Welcome, you all. Welcome. I'm Paula. Mental illness is real, and so is God. I'm detoxing from, my bipolar meds, living with a bipolar 2 disorder. I am detoxing, and I am drinking water, and I'm on this spiritual journey, you all. You are not alone. And by you all being a part, being fam of this channel, even if you all have channels, as you hear my voice, God is transforming you. God is transforming you all right now in Jesus' name. He is blessing you all, and whatever your purpose is and what you're doing, even if it's on your channels or your platforms, God is touching it right now in the name of Jesus. When you believe in him and believe in doing right, you will be delivered. You'll be delivered. And like, I can't stop saying, the breakthrough is in your obedience. I wasn't gonna come on. I wasn't gonna come on here this morning. I mean, we'll get up as Jen is, going to the bathroom looking for a snack, thinking that's it. And God said, sit down and listen, be quiet, or pray. And if you just can't pray, just call on Jesus, or hit the frequency where your phone may light up and you ended up here, right here on this channel. Because everybody's dealing with some kind of mental health challenges. You know, that's awesome. You're only about 10, 11 hours away. Yeah. Yeah, I heard of Indiana, but it's a blessing. God is doing things. Gen X, are you retired, Doris? It's a lot of us retired, or we work part time, or um, it's a lot of. I've seen a lot of grandparents that are Gen X takes care of family and all, and hey, that's their ministry. Do you do that's your deliverance? Nothing wrong with that. And then there's others where God just got them on another journey, you know. And a lot of us have grown up seeing our parents take care of their parents and their parents' parents, you know. And that's what happened with me, going through grieving, menopause. 3 years ago, losing my mom to dementia, And like I told you before, I added comedy because when people hear your trauma or your whatever uh, lifestyle you in, people laugh at your pain. So that's why I had hashtag comedy. And like I said, with Kevin Hart movie, laugh at my pain. That all of this is in this. I mean, your own children will laugh at your pain. Not retired. Okay, that's okay. Cool. You're only about okay. Okay, you have your own business. That's awesome. I want wife to care for the house while I make the money and come home and spend a good time with. Hey, that's a beautiful dream. Nothing wrong with that. That's beautiful, 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 beautiful. What kind of work? What do you do? What kind of business? You know, but people. It's nice you can meet people on these different platforms and stuff, but we cannot get distracted. You can't get distracted. God is so good. I thank God for the closed doors and the rejections and blocking people. I'll block them in a minute. You know, uh, if they have low vibrations and trying to pull me down, I can't. Okay, wonderful maintenance company. That is outstanding. I give God the praise for you to bless every area of your life and your desire. He said, no, don't be blocking people. No, I don't allow for people to block my blessings. But and that's another thing. Men and women of God, Gen X's, do not get on these platforms telling all your. I mean, it's different. It's all right with a live stream. That's cool because once this is off and replayed, nobody else ain't gonna see it. But I'm talking about in your content. You go what God tell you to say and everything, and let God flow from there because it's just you know it's too much that is happening, and people have to protect their energy. you know they have to protect their energy and everything. God is so good. I just thank God for the closed windows, the closed doors. Rejection is God's protection, and I used to didn't say that, but there I see it. And when you fast and pray and drink that water, I don't even have a desire for Coca-Cola anymore or whatever. I try to drink, oh, I love my RC Cola, but I haven't able to get that. I haven't able to, and just working on my mental health challenges and working on myself. This is your time, you all. Gen X, work on yourself. Enjoy building your brand, your business. Enjoy doing that. and the rest will follow. God will gravitate and bring to you who he wants for you all to come together to have. I don't know. I don't know about all that. People do screen record. Oh, okay. They screen record live streams. Okay, and they just and they don't just disappear. I got you, but you got to be careful. You got to be careful of putting your business, putting things out here on this social media. Yeah, it's, you got to be careful. And I learned that more and more, even though your life is a testimony, and some people are just shy and don't understand to make a content. And I've been doing this over 10 years. Over 10 years, but I didn't know what I was doing. I can't even put a number of like, oh yeah, 10 years ago, yeah, I've been on here and I'm making $50,000 a year and $50,000 a month and all that kind of stuff. And hey, and that's good. It's a lot of people doing that. But everybody's journey is different because God is going to take care of you. God is taking care of you. But it's about you got to be delivered. He's not going to bless you in your mess. If you still going around here playing with people's lives, knowing that you need medicine, knowing that you're not mentally stable, and people just want to spread all kind of that you if you're not being celibate until God put you with your wife or your husband, all of that is the spirits are going into you. And it is no way you can meet the right person if you're not delivered from all these different entities that has come into you as people, men and women. And it's not all, but sleep around. That's why they say sex is really for marriage. But even with marriage, if people, like I say, I put hashtag comedy, even a lot of marriages is a joke, you know? When you coming up here and then so that ain't true. Okay, so what's not true? Because everybody have an opinion and have right to their platform. What's not true? I am celibate, and a devil cannot ever enter the vessel that the Lord owns. Yeah, especially if you're celibate, of course not. Enter, you're right. But well, that's what I mean. When you're celibate, the devil cannot enter. But I'm saying if people are not celibate, this what happens. You know, and that goes for any ages. If you're not celibate and not keeping your temper clean, then um, when you with this person, that person, this person, that person, then who all they've been with, who all you've been with, you all are intertwining all of these entities in you, and that's not good. We have to be delivered and celibate in order for God to put two people He want to put together, you know. And so ever since the 50 Cent Diddy thing, 50 Cent put this thing out, and I'm really not gonna make this much of a talk on Diddy thing, but 50 Cent was interviewed by Sherry a couple of weeks ago, and Sherry wanted to know because she was talking about Biblical Fox. Biblical Fox, has gotten to the point she's, trying to she letting people know she ain't got no problem getting a man. No, there's a lot of women and men don't have a problem getting, but it's the right people. And so I was just thinking and looking at that because of course they in our eyes, we see people, just our favorite actors and actresses. And Sherry was talking about how Biblical was talking about how good 50 Cent was in the bed and blah, blah, blah. And he was saying at the time, it's almost that song. That song is like the candy shop. Come to my candy shop. That's what it was like for 50 Cent. 50 Cent was younger then because she's older. So I'm saying all of this is 50 Cent, Sherry asked 50 Cent on her show a couple of weeks ago, say, are you dating anyone or whatever? And he was like, no. And he also mentioned that he was celibate. And the audience fell out laughing. He said, what? 50 Cent, celibate, They were cracking up. And so he was like, what's so funny about that? So, and it's amazing. It's so interesting. Just, you see, I a lot of people, we don't want to spend a lot of time talking about these folks. And so that's why I get on here and talk about what's going on with us, our everyday life, because somebody's interested in your life. They're interested. They are, they can get delivered by listening to you. I hear too many people say, don't go here and make content talking about your life and all that and stuff. Why not? If nobody don't have nothing else to do or say, and God is calling them to get on here and talk, I don't care if they just get on here and say, well, I got today at work, it was all right, da, 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 da. You're making content. Somebody's going to be interested in it. Somebody's going to be interested. Hearing what was your day like? When I hear some content creators that, they got it going on, I understand, and they made it good with their brands of other things, and that's good. Don't kill other people's dreams. Because they don't know what to do and don't have nothing else to talk about is their own. So please, content creators, stop saying it. I'm talking about big time ones. Stop saying it, but don't be going there just making, just listening to your life. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people don't, but do it. You'll find somebody is interested of their life. All of them fools believing in TD Jakes. Yep. As he was over there then. Yeah. Yep. And I was part of New Birth, Bishop Eddie Long. I when Bishop first started, I didn't know because I was invited to his church and I ended up in the choir. I've been in my choir all my life. In the choir, and it wasn't nothing to see TD Jakes. I knew somebody who was part of TD Jakes' church, and I was supposed to be moving to Texas and all that, but I never felt that I was supposed to be part of that ministry. But it wasn't nothing seeing TD Jakes and them and all that. But I just thank God I know God for myself. And that I have to get delivered by reading the word. Yeah, I see. You said I'm interested. Yeah, I see that. Yeah. Yeah, but it's okay. You welcome to email me on that is on my on my description. Email me, speak SPEAK SESS 333 at gmail.com. That's on my description, you know, and I also offer one-on-one uh alignment. Those are paid sessions through my books, through my books that help you with your mental health challenges daily. So yeah, email. Right on. Uh-huh. Yeah. 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 But yeah, God is good. God is so good. And so he dropped Bishop alone like a hot cake when God took me out that church 8 years prior to all of that. But that was an anointed man of God. And that's between him and God. I just never understand, I mean, Bishop Long, he prayed over me, laid hands on us in the choir. I was in that choir for about a couple of years, you know. And like I said, my best friend, we grew up together. She brought me to the church. So I'm born and raised from Atlanta, born and raised from Atlanta. That's my home. What is this? Rapture. It is not good that a man should be alone. I don't need a lineman. I need a. Oh, yeah, I got you. I got you. You okay? That's right. It's not good for a man to be alone. Hi, Paula. It's me, Rasha. Hey, Rasha. How you doing? I do remember you. I am grateful. I'm great. I'm great. Thank you for asking. I am great. How are you doing? How are you doing? Yeah. How's your mental health? That's wonderful. You all, this is fam. All of you all coming through, subbing, supporting. You all are my God eagle eyes. God is so much blessing you. Yeah, yeah. We have some fam, y'all, that is not Gen X's. They come through, they what? Be 12, 15, 18, 23. So all is welcome. And that's what my books, are about, is for everybody, all ages, my self-published books that, you know, is in my description. It blesses people to be free and to stay free, you know. And you could write in the books and the sketches where these my funny little sketches that helped heal my mental estate and still is. And if you take 10 seconds and see something, three things, you write it in the book, or if you see two things or one thing. But if you see over three things, you're overthinking. So this is also a part of my one-on-one alignment, and that I speak and document to you all now, that I help you all not to overthink. Paula, I'm so sorry, but I need to go. I have to go out. Okay. You be safe out there, okay? Okay. It's so good. I'm so grateful for you all, my fam. We're all God's eagle eyes for this channel. God eagle eyes is blessing you all. You all are a beautiful spiritual being. I really appreciate y'all spirits, beautiful spirits. I'm so grateful that at one point I just didn't do live stream. Either yesterday I showed my face. I showed my face, and then I also do you know I call this my Essence Parlor fiction nonfiction podcast or radio, and this is without the face. And the way in this world today, they do the podcast, show the face, and all that. But this is just on the phone. It's just on the phone type of deal. Um, I don't have mics and stuff set up and everything, but all of that's coming. You know, all of that's coming, and so I got your duress. I got your email. Yeah. Yep, I got your email. Mm-hmm. Okay. Love you too, Rasha. Raksha. Yeah, I see email sent. Yep, that's me. I'm a plus size girl. Yep, 5'4", 5'3". Yep. This is all me in all my pictures. Oh boy, but yes, I give God the praise. I'm just so grateful. Like I said, you all people are just getting delivered, just even answering back, just delivered of anything. Even just doing this live stream, I'm going through. I'm being delivered. God is delivering me. I feel grateful because, like I said, we are not alone. But you know, you just have to let God lead you. You have to let God lead you. I don't uh God, you keep it true, keep it real. And I know Atlanta, I was born and raised there and everything, but I don't deal with kiss ass, sleeping my way to the top. Let's say chasing clout, going by titles, all of that stuff. I'm just not going to. I've seen so much in Atlanta, born and raised there, and I see how people just laugh at each other's pain and all of this stuff, and 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 I just God just God kept me protected from there. I see you. Yeah, God kept kept he just kept me protected from all that mess that you see in Atlanta. And it's sad to say, but still, do not allow nobody to pull you out the alignment that God has for you. you know, and you have the right to tell people to say, like, people say what's on their, journey, and what's that and what's that. But if that alignment with the other person's journey, that's well. If it don't, you got to accept what's real, you know. And God is really doing, he's doing some things. He's really doing some things. What is this with the message restricted? Anyway, you all, welcome. I'm glad you all came. This is Paula. I have been on here about an hour, about 54 minutes now. It's on the hour now, 4:11 a.m. Eastern time. This is Essence Paula, Fiction, Nonfiction Radio. I pray that you all are being really, really blessed, and get some sleep. That's one thing about Gen X. Drink that water, get this sleep. We need this sleep. And just make sure God is always in your decisions. You all take care. And, you know, I love you all. God, eagle eyes. And Jesus loves you more. Be blessed.